Welcome back to Offside Talk Podcast. We have a truly global show today packed with massive stories from the football world over the last 2 days. Let's get straight into it.
Absolutely. Let's kick things off with João Pedro, Chelsea's new signing who joined from Brighton just 6 days ago, scored twice against Lionesses to send Chelsea into the Club World Cup final. That's the kind of debut you dream of.
Unreal impact. His sharpness and composure in front of goal show he's ready to perform on the biggest stages. Chelsea fans must be buzzing about what he can bring to their attack next season.
Next up, Tottenham are closing in on Mohammed Kudus. He's versatile, dynamic, and has that magic touch in midfield and attack. This could be a real game changer for Spurs.
Kudus has been so impressive for Ghana and at club level. His ability to carry the ball and beat players makes him a constant threat. If Spurs secure him, he could completely transform their midfield creativity.
Liverpool's transfer rumors are heating up too. They've got several targets lined up, and their preseason schedule just leaked, sending fans into a frenzy. People are already predicting lineups and potential new stars.
Liverpool always creates summer excitement. With Klopp gone and a new era starting, this window feels especially crucial. Fans are hoping for smart signings that set them up for a strong campaign.
Meanwhile, the Lionesses dominated their Euro 2025 opener, smashing the Netherlands. What a statement from England's women's team.
They were sensational. The pressing, the teamwork, it all looked so sharp. This win puts them in the driving seat to top the group and sends a clear message to other contenders.
Over in England, Crystal Palace could face demotion from the Conference League due to multi-club ownership issues. Lyon's successful appeal might push Palace out despite their hard-earned qualification.
That would be devastating. After such a good season, to be thrown out because of ownership complications would feel so unfair to players and fans. It's a reminder of how messy football politics can get.
In Germany, Bayern Munich are reportedly preparing a huge €65 million offer for Rodrygo. With recent injuries and an aging front line, Bayern look desperate to inject pace and creativity.
Rodrygo would be a fantastic fit. His direct running and flair could revive Bayern's attack. Plus, moving from Madrid to Munich would be a huge story in itself.
Switching continents, John Aloisi's decided to stay at Western United in Australia despite ownership drama. They also signed Jadon Kucharski, though his registration is delayed for now.
Keeping Aloisi is massive for Western United. He's a respected figure, and this decision signals stability. Adding Kucharski shows they're still looking to grow and develop young talent despite challenges.
Brentford have also reportedly approached Ange Postecoglou as a possible replacement for Thomas Frank. That would be a bold managerial move.
Postecoglou's attacking style could really suit Brentford. But it would be tough to replace Frank given his influence and the connection he has with fans and players. It's a risky but exciting idea.
And don't forget, Spurs are also targeting Yoane Wissa from Brentford. With 19 league goals last season, he could be the ideal addition to complete their new-look attack alongside Kudus.
Imagine Wissa, Kudus, and Son together. That front line would terrify any defense in the league. Wissa's pace and instinctive finishing make him a perfect fit.
Finally, Andy Carroll being linked with Chelmsford City in the 6th tier is such a surprise. From Premier League and England hero to non-league football, that's quite a journey.
Incredible. Even though he's past his prime, Carroll's name alone would bring attention and excitement to Chelmsford. It's a great story about passion and love for the game beyond money and fame.
These stories show how unpredictable and emotional football can be. Transfers aren't just about moving players. They're about dreams, rebuilding, and surprising chapters.
Absolutely. In the next parts, we'll break these stories down even deeper, discuss tactical impacts, and look at fan reactions. Stick around! Let's start with the tactical side.
Exactly. Pairing him with players like Nkunku and Sterling adds so many layers. They can rotate positions, create overloads, and break low blocks, something Chelsea have struggled with since Hazard's peak days.
Bringing in Kudus and potentially Wissa transforms them. Kudus offers creative spark in the middle, while Wissa's runs create chaos. Add Son, and you have one of the most exciting front lines in the league.
That trio would be electric. Kudus could even drop deeper at times, acting as a link between midfield and attack. It allows Spurs to be fluid and unpredictable, which is what they've been missing.
Liverpool's rumored signings, combined with their preseason schedule, suggest they're planning a faster, more energetic style again.
Will be a built some practice. Sometimes we're going to take a track with often on this, a big reset after a few seasons of mixed results.
Right. Fans want that high-pressing, heavy metal football back. New signings could help recreate that intensity, and a new tactical structure could rejuvenate the entire squad.
Moving to Bayern, Rodrygo's potential arrival could be a masterstroke. They need a new face in attack after struggling to replace the explosiveness of previous stars.
Rodrygo's pace and intelligence fit Bayern's style. He can play wide or inside, making them more versatile. His arrival would also push other attackers to step up and compete harder for their places. For Brentford, possibly losing Thomas Frank and bringing in Postecoglou would be massive. Postecoglou's aggressive, high-pressing style could change Brentford's identity completely.
It would require patience from fans, as the transition might be rough at first. But in the long run, that philosophy could take them to new heights. It's a gamble, but one with big potential rewards.
Western United keeping John Aloisi ensures tactical stability. He knows the squad, understands the league, and can develop young players like Kucharski smoothly.
It's a rare case where sticking with what you have might be the best possible transfer decision. Continuity can sometimes be more valuable than a big name change.
Andy Carroll potentially going to Chelmsford is not so much a tactical move as it is symbolic. He would bring experience and presence, helping younger players while boosting morale and media attention.
Exactly. For a club like Chelmsford, it's not about system perfection. It's about inspiration and creating a buzz around the team. Carroll's name alone does that.
And Crystal Palace, if demoted from Europe, will face a tactical and financial headache. Losing European football affects budgets, player recruitment, and morale.
They might need to pivot and focus purely on the domestic league, rebuild squad unity, and avoid a downward spiral. We'll discuss what fans think about all this next.
Let's get into the fan reactions. Chelsea fans are already calling João Pedro a future legend. After those goals in the Club World Cup, the hype is unreal. They see him as a new spark to bring them back to the top.
Tottenham fans are cautiously excited about Kudus and Wissa. There's always skepticism after losing big stars, but seeing a creative midfielder and a 19-goal forward lined up gives them real hope for a new era.
Liverpool supporters are restless but optimistic. The leaks have them debating every possible new lineup, analyzing whether this is finally the summer that sets them up to compete at the very top again.
The Lionesses fans are ecstatic. That huge win against the Netherlands fired up the entire country. Social media is flooded with predictions of them going all the way and even comparisons to the men's Euros success.
Crystal Palace fans are heartbroken and angry. From the euphoria of qualifying for Europe to suddenly facing demotion over ownership politics, it's an emotional roller coaster no one wants.
Bayern Munich fans are divided. Some think spending big on Rodrygo is exactly what they need, while others feel the club should focus on nurturing their younger talents instead of blockbuster deals.
Brentford fans are nervous about the possible departure of Thomas Frank. While they respect Postecoglou's vision, losing a coach who's built so much trust would be hard to accept quickly.
Western United fans are relieved to see John Aloisi stay. They know how crucial stability is, especially when ownership is uncertain. Feels like a small victory in chaotic circumstances.
Chelmsford supporters and even neutrals are loving the Andy Carroll rumors. It's nostalgic and exciting to imagine a Premier League legend playing in the 6th tier. It's the kind of story that makes football special.
And Spurs fans dreaming of Kudus and Wissa are already designing fantasy lineups online. The excitement feels raw and real. They want to believe this is finally the season to push back into the top 4 and beyond.
Football is as much about emotion as it is about tactics. Fans live for these moments, the big rumors, the unexpected signings, and the hope that new faces bring.
Exactly. Every rumor sparks debate and fuels dreams. That's why transfer season is sometimes even more exciting than the actual matches.
In our final part, we'll discuss which clubs we think have won this transfer window so far and which stories we should watch closely in the coming weeks. Stay with us.
Welcome to the final part. Let's break down which clubs we think have come out on top so far in this window. For me, Chelsea are clear winners with João Pedro's instant impact. He looks like a game changer who can bring them trophies again.
I agree. Chelsea moved quickly and boldly, but I also think Spurs have done well, assuming they secure Kudus and Wissa. Those signings show real ambition and give them a balanced, explosive attack.
Liverpool's situation is interesting. Their strategy depends on how those rumored signings materialize. If they get it right, they could leap back into the title race. But it feels like they're on a knife edge.
Absolutely. Bayern's pursuit of Rodrygo is a big swing. If they land him, they'll have a dynamic attacker to reshape their front line. But they need to make sure it doesn't unbalance the squad or neglect other areas.
The Lionesses have already won hearts. That statement win against the Netherlands shows they're serious contenders for Euro 2025. The excitement around them is so refreshing for the game.
For Crystal Palace, this could be the toughest moment. If they do lose European football, it might force them into a rebuilding phase. The fans deserve better after such a strong season.
Brentford's future depends heavily on the managerial decision. If they keep Thomas Frank, they keep stability. But if Postecoglou comes in and is given time, it could take them to the next level.
Western United keeping John Aloisi was a win in itself. In a chaotic ownership situation, keeping a steady, experienced manager gives them a fighting chance next season.
And Chelmsford City might not win in the traditional sense, but signing Andy Carroll would be a huge symbolic victory. It could inspire the entire club and community, and that's priceless.
It's the beauty of football. Big or small clubs, local or global. Every story brings passion and hope. The transfer window reminds us how football connects us all.
Exactly. We can't wait to see which rumors turn into reality and how these moves shape the upcoming season. It's going to be one to remember.
Thanks so much for joining us for this special transfer breakdown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your opinions in the comments. Which move excites you most? Which club do you think still has a surprise up their sleeve?
We'll be back soon with more stories, more analysis, and plenty of debates. Until then, keep the football spirit alive.
Bye, everyone.